I break and you stay silent. I pour my heart out, you stay empty. I bleed these words, you hear nothing. I cry at your door, you lock it softly. I beg for your voice, you fade to black. I reach through the distance, you cut the line. I love with a signal you never send back. I hurt and you go quiet every time, and I stand here calling while you sit in the stillness. I scream through the static, you just press mute on my weakness. I give you my all, you take only silence. I chase a ghost, you drop the mic on my heart. Oh, I break and you stay silent. We're worlds apart, right from the start. I pray for a sign, you stay blank like the ceiling. I fall apart, you just close your ears. I write these pages, you're leading the feeling. I miss you loud, you pretend not to hear. I rage at the shadows, you shush me so softly. I cling to the memories, you hush the night. I hope for a glance, you give me a blank stare. I die on this wire, you seal your lips tight. And I stand here calling while you sit in the stillness. I scream through the static, you just press mute on my weakness. I give you my all, you take only silence. I chase ghosts, you drop the mic on my heart. Oh, I break and you stay silent. We're worlds apart, right from the start. Was it ever real? Did you ever feel the weight of my soul in your hand? Now I'm just an echo in a hollow room, begging for answers you'll never give. I'm learning to speak in the language of silence, but baby, it's breaking the man that I am. I pour this coffee, watch the steam rise alone. I pour my words in the journals you'll never read. I pour another drink to quiet the phone that never echoes a promise I need. I'm filling a cup with a crack at the seam. I'm building a house on a cliff by the sea. I pour out my soul in the pale morning light. You stay empty, a vanished satellite. And I'm just a river running to a stone shore, a voice in a canyon, fading nevermore. on repeat. I pour the bath too high, try to feel through the steam. I pour my hope at your feet, a bittersweet dream, but you stare through the offering, lost in a dream. I'm emptying out all the love in my veins into a shadow that nothing sustains. I pour every sunrise, every desperate plea, you stay empty for me. And I'm just a fountain for pennies and wishes, a well in the darkness full of silent kisses. I pour, I give you the rain, but you're a desert that can't feel a thing. I flood every room with the love that remains. You just stay dry, let the puddle drain. I pour out the past, every tear, every prayer, into a vessel that just doesn't care. I pour and you stay empty. This love's just a ghost and you let it on me. What am I feeling? Just the air and the ache, a performance for no one, for heaven's sake. This giving's a habit, this love's a mistake. I'm emptying out for my own hollow sake. Maybe the emptiest thing here is me, just pouring and pouring to finally see. I poured, you stay. Empty just echoes where your heart should be. I pour until I'm empty too, until I'm empty too, until I'm empty too. I'm bleeding on the bathroom floor. You're in the other room. I whisper your name through the crack beneath the door. You don't even move. I'm leaking out in slow motion. You're scrolling through your phone. It's crimson on the ocean, and I'm drowning all alone. I bleed, you hear nothing. I fall apart, you stay still. I'm shouting from the bottom of the well, and you're standing on the hill. You hear nothing. Ooh, you hear nothing. Remember when you said my pain was yours? Now it's just noise to you. I'm spelling out my heart in Morse on the wall you walked right through. I'm bleeding out in silence. You're breathing like you're fine. I'm still holding all the violence of a love that lost its spine. I bleed, you hear nothing. I fall apart, you stay still. I'm shouting from the bottom of the well, he's standing on the hill. still hear nothing. I'm still bleeding. You still hear nothing. I cry on the porch step, midnight chill in my bones. The wood grain remembers the weight of my pleas. I cry in the language of shivers and moans, carried off by the wind through the bare, bony trees. I trace the door's pattern, I know by my touch, the brass of the knob that I'm scared to reach for. I cry out your name, but it isn't enough. You lock the door and turn the deadbolt once more. And the light in the hallway, it softens and dims, a sign that the space I once held is now gone. I'm a photograph fading at all of the edges, the guest who forgot when the visit was done. I cry for the future we scribbled in ink. I cry for the sofa, the jokes and the wine. I cry till I'm hollow, I cry till I sing. You just lock the door on this fault line of mine. I'm begging the threshold to remember my name. You're building a wall in the very same frame. I cry, and you lock the door, lock the door. I'm not yours to let in, not anymore. I cry in the rain, let it wash the soul clean. A pathetic disguise for the tears on my face. I cry for the ghost of the us in between, the warmth of your shadow, this cold doorstep space. The mail slots a mouth that won't utter a word, the peepholes and eyes that won't see my despair. The only sound left is the one you never heard. You lock the door and leave my heart out there. And the key in my pocket's just metal and rust, a relic to a kingdom I'm exiled from now. I cry for the future we scribbled in ink. I cry for the sofa, the jokes and the wine. I cry till I'm hollow, I cry till I sing. You just lock the door on this fault line of mine. I'm begging the threshold to remember my not anymore. What's the protocol for a heart left outside? Does it freeze in the winter? Does it shrivel and hide? Do I wait here forever, a sentinel of pain? Or do I learn to walk from this door in the rain? This house that was home is just a detection now, a monument to a forgotten vow. I cry. You locked the door. You locked the door.
A bed with a dawn light, a pale shaking hand. I beg through the static of a one-sided call, a bargain with echoes in an empty walled land, offering pieces of me, watching them fall. I plead with memory of your softest glance, a debtor to a feeling I can't get back. I beg for a flicker, for one single chance. You just fade to black, and the screen of my heart glows with old messages blue, a ghost light that shows me the silhouette of you, now dissolving like sugar in a bitter black sea. I beg for a colorful grave and white, anything, but there's nothing, this absence of light. I'm screaming your name into a vacuum of space. You erase yourself slowly without any trace. I beg for the credits, a sign it's the end, but your silence just rolls on, a message you won't send. I beg, and you fade to black, and you don't even leave me the courage to look back. A bed with a language of forgotten things, the scent on a collar, the ring on the shelf. I conjure your laughter, my memory brings, then watch as it shatters, forgetting itself. I'm pouring my hope in a well with no bottom, a performance for shadows that lengthen and flee. I beg for an epilogue, just let me have some. You just fade away from me, and the film reel is melting, the projector's gone dim, the story's caught fire at the beautiful middle, and now there's just ashes where your face should have been. I beg for a colorful grave and white, anything, but there's nothing, this absence of light. I'm screaming your name into a vacuum of space. You erase yourself slowly without any trace. I beg for the credits, a sign, it's the end, but your silence just rolls on a message you won't send. I bet, and you fade to black, and you don't even leave me the courage to look back. Is this how you unlove? Not with a shout, but a laugh, a slow subtraction until there's no person to miss. You're not even a ghost now, you're the space at its back, the silence after a final unanswered kiss. I'm begging a shadow to please just come home, but the shadow is gone, and I'm begging alone. You fade. This is black.
In the dark for the shape of your name, a habit my fingers can't seem to unlearn. I reach for a reason to shoulder the blame, a lesson my spirit is starting to burn. I dial half your number, then pause at the tone, the ghost of a call that I'll never complete. I'm stretching my soul out, feeling alone. You cut the line, and the connection was fragile, a thread made of glass, holding the weight of a world meant to last. Now it's just static and the echo of wind. I reach across canyons you carved in the bed. I reach through the echoes of all that we said. I'm sending a signal from a satellite heart, but you switched off the tower right from the start. I reach with the love that's still desperate and true. You cut the line like you always knew. I reach, and you cut the line clean, leaving me hanging in the empty between. I reach for the memory of your morning breath, the warmth of a tangle, the peace in the mess. I reach for the future we talked about next, now just a phantom of hopefulness. I'm building a bridge from my side of the rift, with planks made of sorries and beams made of prey. But you took an axe to the very first gift. You cut the line and you walked away, and the wire's still humming, a live naked thing, sparking and dying with the song that I sing to no one. I reach across canyons you carved in the bed. I reach through the echoes of all that we said. I'm sending a signal from a satellite heart, but you switched off the tower right from the start. I reach with a love that's still desperate and true. You cut the line like you always knew. I reach,
I love you in texts that turn blue, never read. I love you in memories that glitch and repeat. I love you in voicemails that fill up with dread, a one-sided archive, incomplete. I love you in algorithms and songs the app plays, a cruel curated list of our used-to-bes. I love you in data, in digital haze. You block the calls with such casual ease, and the notifications a little red door with a silence behind it that wasn't there before. I'm typing a novel to a username deleted, a love letter lost where it never will be greeted. I love you, it's my default state. A password you changed at the security gate. I'm shouting my heart through a firewall thick to a server that's cold, to a profile that's sick. I love with a signal that's bouncing off space. You blocked every frequency and every trace. And you block the calls, building up digital infinite walls. I love you in photos I'm too weak to erase, and locations we pin now just pins on a map. I love you in emojis, a smile on a face. The time and your choices have digitally snapped. I'm running old dialogues deep in my mind, the last gagged version of you that was kind. I love you in fragments and corrupted files. You block the calls and you just smile. And my number's now digits that mean nothing to you, just a ghost in your contacts you finally withdrew. I'm an unsaved draft in the cloud of your past, a love you upgraded from Bill not to last. I love you, it's my default state. Password you changed at the security gate. I'm shouting my heart through a firewall thick to a server that's cold, to a profile that's sick. I love with a signal that's bouncing off space. You block every frequency, every trace. And you block the calls, building up digital infinite walls. Is love just a glitch in your system now? An old notification you figured out how to permanently swipe clear from your screen? Am I just cached memory, obsolete me? This love's an open tab that will never reload, a story the internet suddenly sold. For a quieter, simpler, emptier piece, you blocked me, and yours is the one that increased. You block calls and signal lost.
I heard in the rumble of a subway car home, a hollow vibration in an empty chest cage. I heard in the ache of a misplaced chrome ring on a finger that's learned to disengage. I flinch at the laughter that sounds a bit like yours. I wince at the sunset we swore we'd watch slow. I'm nursing a wound with no visible sores. You go quiet, the only proof that I know. And the silence you leave isn't peaceful or kind. It's a vacuum that's sucking the sound from my mind. It's the white space after a sentence that ends with a period meant for amends. I heard in the daylight, I heard in the black, a constant dull throb of a heart off its track. I'm wearing the bruise of a love left behind, a tattoo of absence that's etched on my mind. I cry out in ways that don't make any noise, just a fracture that rattles my skeleton's voice. the effort to feel half alive when half of me left with the half of your heart. I'm flinching at phrases, at songs on the shelf, at memories playing a cruel silent game. I'm hurting myself just to feel something else. You go quiet and I take all the blame. And your peace is a weapon, a calm, gentle knife that's carving the us from the rest of my life. It's not even anger, it's nothing at all, just the sound of my own lonely downfall. I heard in the daylight, I heard in the black, a constant dull throb of a heart off its track. I'm wearing the bruise of a love left behind, a tattoo of absence that's etched on my mind. I cry out in ways that don't make any noise, just a fracture that rattles my skeleton's poise. I heard, and you go the quiet kind, the loudest of all that I'll ever find. Is this how you kill it? Not with a fight or a flame, but by simply refusing to play the same game. By turning your volume completely to none and leaving my raging storm under your sun. The quiet is violent, it's slow, it is deep. It's the sound of a promise you decided not to keep. It's the echo of never in a space meant for please. The quietest way to bring a man to his knees. I heard you go quiet, quiet. Quiet.
I stand by the window, watch for a sign. The streetlights blink on in a slow, steady line. I stand in the hallway where our shadows would meet. Mine stretched out and anxious, yours obsolete. I'm posing a question into the still, heavy air. My shoulders are tense with a weight they can't bear. I stand like a statue carved out of a plea. You sit silent, just looking through me. And the space between us isn't measured in feet. It's made of decisions and dusty old sheets. It's a canyon where words used to easily go. Now it's just my voice talking soft and too slow. I stand offering orbits, a whole universe mine. You sit at the center, refusing the light. I'm holding a sunrise, a desperate bright thing. You watch from your chair as the colors all dim. I stand with my heart like a fist in my chest. You sit with a calmness that feels like a test. I stand and you sit silent, so still. A monument built to a contrary will. I stand with the ghost of my hand on your chair. I stand with the burden of all I can't share. I'm rooted in hope, like a desperate old tree. You're a stone in my garden, refusing to be. I shift my own weight, try to break the scene spell, but the narrative's written and you know it too well. I stand here unsteady, a man on a ledge. You sit silent on the sofa's safe edge, and the clock on the wall just repeats its dull sound, a metronome marking the love that's unbound. This room's getting smaller with all that's unsaid, just the roar in my ears and the doom in my head. I stand offering orbits, the whole universe mine. You sit at the center, refusing the line. I'm holding a sunrise, a desperate bright thing. You watch from your chair as the colors all dim. I stand with my heart like a fist in my chest. You sit with a calmness that feels like a test. I stand and you sit silent, so still, a monument built to a contrary will. What is this waiting for? A verdict or not? Permission to crumble and fall on the side. Your silence is gavel, a judge and a law, condemning my love to its terminal flaw. Maybe my standing is the problem you see. Too much too alive to wanting to be. So you sit like a verdict in polyester and thread, and silently sentence the love in me dead. I stand lucid, silent, positions held. Checkmate. Hmm.
with the windows rolled tight. A private apocalypse bathed in dashboard glow. I scream at the memories that visit at night. A gallery of ghosts in a permanent show. I'm breaking the Siberia deep in my soul. A sonic boom crashing on a desolate shore. You just put up a sign that says under control. You press mute and you lock the door. And the world just rolls on at its casual pace. While I'm here defining the word disgrace. You sound grooved your heart with a layer so deep that all that I am is a noise you can't sway. I scream a confession that can shake the street lights. I scream for the justice of forgotten good nights. I'm a siren of sorrow, the klaxon of pain. You just lower the volume and watch the rain stay. I scream with the force of a heart tearing flame. You treat it like feedback for your TV. I scream and you press mute so polite, turning my wildfire to a quiet blow. What's louder than silence imposed by a hand? The love screaming, dying in a new sound land. You've muted the movie, you've cut out the score and left me to arrive on the unedited floor. My voice is a weapon that can't find its mark, just echoes that die in the infinite dark. You press mute, and I finally see the loudest I'll ever be. It's so mute. Silence wins. Silence wins.
I'll give you my mornings, the first fragile light. I'll give you my secrets, unspooled in the dark. I'll give you the battles I fight in the night, the maps to the wounds, the defining of scars. I hand over trust like a valuable coin. I offer my history, chapter and verse. I pour out the essence of all I've joined. You take silence, and somehow it's worse. And the economy's broken, the trade's unfair. I'm bankrupt of us, and you're just counting the air. I'm paying in gold, you're repaying in dust. In the quiet collapse of affection and trust, I give understanding, a deep patience. You take it for granted, then give back to me. I give forgiveness for mountains of things. You take it and offer the hollow it brings. I give every heartbeat, each vulnerable part. You take them as trophies, then silence your heart. I give, and you take only silence, the cruelest of all of love's violences. I give you the benefit of every doubt. I give you the road when you need to just go. I give up the anger, I try to phase out the questions that have no answers. I know I'm gifting you pieces I can't get back. My peace, my softness, the best of my year. You pocket them calmly, no warmth and no light. You take silence and fuel all my fears. And the ledger is empty on your column side, just a blank white expanse. told. I give understanding, a deep patience. You take it for granted, then give back to me. I give forgiveness for mountains of things. You take it and offer the hollow it brings. I give every heartbeat, each vulnerable part. You take them as trophies, then silence your heart. I give, and you take only silence, the cruelest of all of love's violences. What am I buying with this desperate cause? A lesson in how love can utterly exhaust. Your silence isn't empty, it's a chosen reply, a loud screaming answer to every why. You take my whole currency, my emotional pay, and you just walk away. You take, and I'm the one left owing to the sound of my own love quietly growing. Chase your shadow down hallways it might have been. I chase the echo of a line you said soft. I chase a punchline where the laughter begins, but the setup's forgotten, the meaning is lost.
I'm running the script of an unfinished scene, trying to catch the cue light in your eye. I'm chasing the ghost of what we could have been.
You drop the mic and you walk on by,
and the audience is me, just a crowd of one, clapping for a performance you say is done. You left the stage in a blaze of quiet pride, left me chasing the smoke where my love died. I chase the debate, the last word, the why. You end the discussion with the exit so sly. I'm pleading my case to the back of your head. You gave your verdict without a thing said. I chase the closure, the bow, the last page. You wrote the ending back in a prior age. I chase, and you drop the mic to the floor. A sound so final, it ends the war. No encore.
I chase your taillights down a midnight black street. I chase the rumor of a feeling you felt.
I'm sprinting the track of my own heartbeat in a race that you finished before it was dealt. I chase the applause I thought we would earn, standing ovation of a love built to last. But you took your bow at the earliest turn. You dropped the mic on our future and past, and the feedback is screaming a high painful whine, a sonic scar of a love out of line. You left the building, you're already gone. I'm just chasing the sound. chasing is through, and the person you're running from was never chasing you. The mic on the floor is a period bold, a story finished, a heart grown cold. I'm just an echo in an empty hall, chasing the meaning of it all. You drop the mic, the ultimate art of letting silence finish what you
pray to the ceiling, a secular plea. I pray to the silence where your voice used to be. I pray to the photos that freeze a past grin. A God that I know won't let you back in. I light little candles of memory and light, a vigil for feelings you've put out of sight. I'm bargaining, begging with the power unknown. You stay blank, like a dial tone. And my Bible's the text thread, all gray and all blue, the scripture of love that's no longer true. I'm searching for signs in the space between words, for a miracle only your memory affords. I pray for a flicker, but not a faint trace, the ghost of a feeling across your face. I'm offering faith where there's nothing to hold, a story of warmth in a narrative cold. I pray for a sign in a void you become, a crack in the ice, just the beat of a drum. I pray and you stay blank, stay stoned, leaving my hope for heart aching alone. Oh, I pray through the rituals of missing you deep, the coffee for two that I bitterly steep. I pray with the turning of keys in the door, hoping to find you like the day before. I'm chanting the details, the scent of your skin, a desperate religion I'm practicing in, the temple of us that's now hollow and rank. You stay blank, and the altar is empty, the offering stale, just the dust of a love that was destined to fail. My devotion's a joke that you're not even hearing, a prayer for a God that's just disappeared. I pray for a flicker, not a faint trace, the ghost of a feeling across your face. I'm offering faith where there's nothing to hold, a story of warmth in a narrative cold. I pray for a sign in the void you become, a crack in the ice, just the beat of a drum. I pray and you stay blank, stay stoned, leaving my hopeful heart aching alone. What is a prayer but a wish into air, a performance of hope for a God who's not there. Your blankness is holy, a void I can't reach, the only true answer your silence will preach. I'm losing my religion I pray you stay. I'll pray heaven. I fall through the minutes of slow motion dread. I fall through the hours since the last thing you said. I trip on the echoes that live in this hall. A clumsy descent, I can't cushion it all. I stumble on reasons that twist into blame. A gravity pull and just one certain name. I'm tumbling down through the space we designed. You close your ears and leave my crash behind. And the sound of my falling isn't loud, it's a thud. A body collapsing in rain and in mud. It's the rustle of hopes as they hit the hard ground. A symphony meant for an audience found. I fall with a story, a reason to please. The brutal true ballad of my buckling knees. I'm shouting the warning, the scrapes and the fears as I plummet through months that feel like years. I fall with the weight of a love turned to lead. A confession of need that I can't get unsaid. I fall and you close your ears to the sound, letting me shatter on your silent ground. I fall through the calendars, missing the dates. I fall through the phone calls that could be the weights. I slip on the memory, slick with regret. A downward spiral I can't seem to offset. I'm crashing through layers of pride and of pain. A demolition with nothing to gain. The impact is coming, I brace for the tears. You close your ears and you've built yourself walls made of cotton and fine. A fortress of quiet, a deliberate line. You see the collapse, you feel the floor shake, and you just choose the peace you decided to make. I fall with a story, a reason to please. The brutal true ballad of my buckling knees. I'm shouting the warning, the scrapes and the fears as I plummet through months that feel like years. I fall with the weight of a love turned to lead. A confession of need that I can't get unsaid. I fall and you close your ears to the sound, letting me shatter on your silent ground. What's louder than impact? The choice not to hear, to label a free fall as distant or clear. My breaking becomes just a muffled event, a problem you actively choose to prevent. From touching the world you've decided is calm. You close your ears and you offer no balm, just the quiet approval of my lonely decline, turning my ending to a fault that is mine. I write in the glow of a 3 a.m. screen, a novel of misuse in digital green. I write a whole history in character sent, a love letter trapped in a blue lonely rent. I craft every comma, I measure each pause, adhering to imaginary clause. I'm building a bridge out of text and regret. You delete the text like we never met. My sandbox is full, my
my drafts are a shrine to a conversation that was never a line. You've got an eraser for the whole of my heart, deleting my words right from the start. I write paragraphs trying to find the old you. You delete them with a keystroke, your feelings untrue. I write explanations that stretch to the dawn. You delete them before the notification's gone. I'm scribbling my soul on a glass pane of light. You just wipe it away in the dead of the night. I write and you delete the text, leaving me with nothing but hollowed out wrecks. The weather, the news, anything to feel like I'm still in your views. I write a confession and backspace the pain, try to edit my heart to a simpler plain strain. I'm an author of us with the co-writer gone, composing an epic to be read by no one. I hit send on a hope on a fragile thin thread. You delete the text and the story is dead, and the archive is empty, the cache is all clear. The evidence of us just disappears. You're a digital ghost with admin control, erasing the love from my very soul. I write paragraphs trying to find the old you. You delete them with a keystroke, your feelings untrue. I write explanations that stretch to the dawn. You delete them before the notification's gone. I'm scribbling my soul on a glass pane of light. You just wipe it away in the dead. Leaving me with nothing but hollowed out wrecks. What is a word when it's instantly trashed? A message that's sent but forever unsashed. You've turned my devotion to data to clear, the most modern way to say I'm not here. I'm a novelist shouting in a virtual void, a love you've already destroyed. You delete and it's the perfect crime. Chatting in history clear. I miss you in wavelengths, a low constant hum beneath the day's traffic, a dull steady thrum. I miss you in flavor, the taste half there, half gone, in the way that the afternoon leans on the dawn. I broadcast this longing on an FM band, a frequency only you'd understand. I send out my signal raw, clear and true. You feign dead like you always do. And you got the perfect excuse, a convenient haze, a lack of confusion to cover your gaze. You're a master of missing the point of the art of pretending the noise can't get into your heart. I miss you in volumes I can't even speak. The library's weight on a shelf growing weak. I miss you in echoes and footprints and dust and the things I still do because I still must. I'm shouting your name in a crowded loud room, watching you look through the gathering gloom. I'm missing you, feigned deaf, feigned blind.
just don't see. And you turn down the world to a manageable sound, a quiet where my missing can't possibly be found. You've put in earplugs made of cotton and time, and you act like my heart breaks a victimless crime. I miss you in volumes I can't even speak, a library's weight on a shelf growing weak. I miss you in echoes and footprints and dust, and the things I still do because I still must. I'm shouting your name in a crowded loud room, watching you look through the gathering gloom. I'm missing you faint, deaf, faint, blind, leaving the whole of my heart behind. What is the feeling if no one's to feel it? A banquet laid out with no one to steal it. My mission's a language you're refusing to learn, a fire you're choosing to let quietly burn. You faint dead, and I finally get that the loudest of silences isn't yours yet. It's the sound of me missing you and learning to stop hearing my own heart finally drop. I miss a sustained melancholic synth note. Threw a glass against the wall. You didn't even flinch. You just folded your hands in your lap like I was nothing but a woman. I told you I was crumbling. You said I'm tired now. I swear I saw your lips move soft, but your eyes were somewhere out. And the louder I got, the softer you became, like my pain was a volume down. And you just turned it down. And outrage, you shut soft. I burn the house down. You blow the match out. I scream till my throat gives in. You press your finger to my lips and whisper, shh. Remember when my voice was home to you? Now it's just an alarm. You treat my breaking like a bad habit, something to disarm. I don't want your quiet hands, I don't want your hush. I want you to meet me in the fire, not standing with the flush. But the louder I get, the softer you become. You're not calming me down anymore. You're just turning me numb. I rage, you shut soft. I burn the house down. You blow the match out. I scream till my throat gives in. You press your finger to my lips and whisper, shh. Baby, you think silence is mercy. Baby, you think this is love. But mercy without a voice is just another kind of shove. I don't need you to fix me, I just need you to hear. But you're so afraid of the breaking, you won't even come near. So I stop, and you breathe
and the room goes still, and I learn to swallow the noise, 'cause you shut so soft, you shut so soft, you shut so soft.
I cling to the pillow that still holds your dent, a fossil of warmth where your body was spent. I cling to the edge of a king-size expanse and try to remember our old careless dance. I grip the cold sheets like they're ropes in a storm, a shipwrecked survivor of a love grown too warm, then too cold, now just space in the dark. You hush the night with a sigh, leave no mark. And the moonlight is brutal, a cold silver sheen, illuminating the places our bodies should meet. You've perfected the art of the quiet retreat, turning your back on my heart's frantic beat. I cling to the ghost of your breath on my neck, to the memory of us I'm trying to resurrect. I'm holding the air where your silhouette lies, chasing the dawn with these tired wide eyes. I cling to the hope that the darkness might bend and bring back the lover you used to pretend. I cling, and you hush the night, make it still, with a distance no closeness could ever fulfill. I cling to the rhythm of sleep you don't share, the even calm breathing that says you're not there, in the way that I need you to be, not just near, but present and tender and wiping the tear. I'm a vine with no trellis, a desperate loose end, reaching for you as you slowly descend into dreams I'm not in, a world I can't see. You hush the night away from me, and you've drawn a firm border in the cotton and down, an invisible wall in this sleepy town. My clinging's a problem, I need you outgrew, the noise in the silence you're curling into. I cling to the ghost of your breath on my neck, to the memory of us I'm trying to resurrect. I'm holding the air where your silhouette lies, chasing the dawn with these tired wide eyes. I cling to the hope that the darkness might bend and bring back the lover you used to pretend. I cling, and you hush the night, make it still, with a distance no closeness could ever fulfill. What is a touch if it's never returned? A lesson in loneliness, bitterly learned. You hush the whole world to a manageable sound, and leave my clinging to the cold, empty ground. This bed is an ocean, and I'm
distant hum of a refrigerator than nothing.
I hope in the morning, in the first week, like that maybe today you'll remember the fight. Not for the anger, but for what was at stake. A love we were both too exhausted to make. I hope when I speak of the weather, the rain, my words will find purchase and muffle the pain. I offer a joke, a small tender test. You give a blank stare, and I'm second guessed. And your eyes are two windows with the blinds pulled down tight. No reflection, no answer, not a flicker of light. I'm a mime in a glass box performing a show for an audience that's already decided to go. I hope for a glimmer, a softening trace, the ghost of a feeling across your face. I'm building a future with invisible thread, spinning a story that lives in my head. I hope for a sign that you're still in the room, not just a body resigned to its doom. I hope and you blank stare, locking my heart in an emotional cage. I hope over coffee, the steam in the air will carry some meaning and show me you care. I talk about movies, I talk about plans, just trying to reach those invisible hands. I'm sending up flares in the daylight so plain, a desperate attempt to reignite the flame. I pour out my soul in a casual tone. You blank stare, and I'm utterly alone. And the silence between us is a physical thing, a third person sitting not offering a thing. Your stare is the period at the end of the book, a look that says more than it ever could look. I hope for a glimmer, a softening trace, the ghost of a feeling across your face. I'm building a future with invisible thread, spinning a story that lives in my head. I hope for a sign that you're still in the room, not just a body resigned to its doom. I hope and you blank stare, blank page, locking my heart in an emotional cage. What is hope but a prayer to a vacant God, a seed that you plant in unyielding sod? Your blankness is fertile ground for my despair, the final confirmation you were never there, not in the way that I needed you to be. You blank stare, and you finally free me from the hoping I hope. You blank stare, hope's a ghost now, hope's a ghost now, hope's a ghost now, hope's a ghost now.
I die. I die a slow death with each unanswered sun, a quiet extinction, one by one. I die in the groceries bought just for you. They sit in the fridge till their expiration is through. I die in a hallway in the coat you left behind, a museum of a love that's gone out of my mind. I'm fading to static, a forgotten refrain. You seal your lips and you feel no pain. In the autopsy we read, death by the quiet, a heart shut down in a self-imposed riot. The cause wasn't shouting or a dramatic attack, but the love you withheld and never gave back. I die for the secrets I'll never know, the reasons you buried we never let show. I die for the future we scribbled in sand, washed away by the tide of your indifferent hand. I'm a ghost in the making, a breath growing thin, begging for a word to let the new life begin. I die, and you seal your lips, lock the gate, signing the quiet paperwork of my fate. I die in the glances I give to the door, hoping it's you like 1,000 times before. I'm a candle that's drowning in its very own wax, a soul disappearing in the cruel simple facts. This love was a language, a beautiful sound. You seal your lips to the ground, and the verdict you give isn't guilty or free. It's silence, the end of the you and me. You're the judge and the jury with a gavel of stone, and the sentence you pass is for me alone. I die for the secrets I'll now never know, the reasons you buried and never let show. I die for the future we scribbled and said, washed away by the tide of your indifferent hand. I'm a ghost in the making, a breath growing thin, begging for a word to let the new lives begin. I die, and you seal your lips, lock the gate, signing the quiet paperwork of my fate. For is a death if it isn't proclaimed, just a light going out, barely named. You sealed lips are the tomb and the epitaph to the final complete undoing of us. I died not with fire but with frost, the ultimate lesson of loving you was the cost. conceal.
You'll see.
I died for death.